I hadn't stayed at this hotel since 2019. Back then, it was one of those family road trip hotels we kept coming back to. But now I'm back as This Teen Travelz, reviewing it from a completely different perspective. So, does the Residence Inn London Downtown still hold up? Let's find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to This Teen Travelz. I'm Mateo. And on this channel, I review hotels from a teen's perspective, covering things that actually matter, like Wi-Fi speeds, gaming setups, pool vibes, and overall room comfort. So if you're trying to decide where to stay, you're in the right place. Let's get into it! On this episode, I'm reviewing the Residence Inn by Marriott London Downtown, in London, Ontario. This stay is a little different for me because my family and I have stayed here several times before. Mostly during summer road trips, Michigan stopovers, and events in London. But I hadn't been back since 2019. So this time, I wasn't just staying here as a kid on a family trip. I was coming back as This Teen Travelz to see how this hotel holds up from a teen hotel review perspective. This was also a hosted stay, meaning the hotel covered the cost of our overnight visit. But as always, I'm giving you my honest opinion on what worked, what stood out, and who I think this hotel is best for. In this Residence Inn London Downtown review, I'll show you the suite, Wi-Fi, gaming setup, breakfast, fitness center, nearby food, and some things to do in London, Ontario. And this is also another stop in my Hometown Ontario series, where I'm exploring hotels across Ontario to see which ones are actually worth staying at. Arriving at this hotel brought back a lot of memories. We pulled up in front of the hotel, walked inside, and the front desk was right near the entrance. Jose Diaz checked us in, answered our questions, and then we parked in the underground parking below the hotel. The main floor is simple and easy to navigate. The market and luggage carts are on the left. The front desk is on the right, and past that you'll find a small seating area, the elevators, and the breakfast space toward the back. The lobby isn't huge or flashy, but it works. It feels clean, practical, and easy, which honestly fits the Residence Inn brand really well. For this day, we were in a one-bedroom suite with one king bed and a sofa bed, on the 11th floor. And this is where the Residence Inn setup really stands out. When you walk in, there's a hallway that connects the bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, and living room area. Right away, it feels less like a standard hotel room and more like a small apartment. That's one of the reasons this hotel worked so well for my family when I was younger. We weren't all squeezed into one room. There was space to relax, eat, hang out, and actually move around. The living room was bright with lots of windows, a large TV, a desk, an armchair, a high top table with seating for four, and an L-shaped couch with a sofa bed. There was also extra storage, which is useful if you're staying longer than one night. The kitchen is another big win. You get a full-size fridge, stovetop, microwave, dishwasher, cabinets, and basic kitchen items. So if you're looking for a London, Ontario hotel with a kitchen, this setup makes a lot of sense. You can bring back food, store leftovers, heat things up, or make something simple instead of eating out every time. The bedroom was also bright with the king bed, TV, robe, and slippers. And having a separate bedroom is a big deal for families, because one person can sleep while someone else is watching TV, working, or using the sofa bed in the living room. I slept on the sofa bed during this stay, and it was decent for one night. The bathroom had a stand-up shower, and both the water pressure and temperature were good. Overall, I really liked the room. It was spacious, bright, practical, and comfortable. For families, road trippers, longer stays, or anyone looking for a hotel suite in London, Ontario, the room is probably the biggest reason to stay here. And Suzal also showed my dad and I a few other room types, including some layouts I've stayed in before. So stay tuned, because I'll be posting separate room walkthroughs from the Residence Inn London Downtown. Now for one of the most important parts of any This Teen Travelz review, Wi-Fi and gaming. The Wi-Fi was easy to connect to across all my devices: laptop, phone, iPad, and Nintendo Switch. Using Ookla speed test, I got 118 megabits per second download and 140 megabits per second upload. That's fast enough for streaming, schoolwork, uploading content, gaming, and basically anything my family would need during a stay. As of this recording, the Residence Inn by Marriott London Downtown ranks number 14 on my hotel Wi-Fi speed leaderboard. You can check out the full rankings on my website, ThisTeenTravelz.com. The gaming setup was also a win. Connecting my Nintendo Switch to the living room TV was quick and easy. The TV was on a swing-out mount, which always helps, and I used my quick HDMI connection method by unplugging the Marriott Entertainment box and plugging in my Switch dock. So for teens, gamers, or families traveling with consoles, this room passed the setup test. Normally, this is where I'd talk about the pool vibes, but the Residence Inn London Downtown does not have a pool. And honestly, for this hotel, that was never a big issue for me. When my family stayed here in the past, we were usually out exploring London, going to events, or stopping on the way to Michigan. By the time we got back, we were usually just relaxing in the room. And because the suites are bigger than regular hotel rooms, there was still space to spread out. So I wouldn't call this a pool hotel. I'd call it more of a spacious, practical, downtown London, Ontario hotel. This fitness center was actually pretty solid. It had cardio machines, weights, benches, yoga equipment, medicine balls, kettlebells, and enough space to move around without feeling cramped. There's also guest laundry right next to the gym, which makes sense for an extended stay hotel. So while there's no pool, the hotel still gives you useful amenities for longer stays, road trips, and families. Food here comes down to two things: the free breakfast and what's nearby. Since this is a Residence Inn, there's no full-service restaurant in the lobby, but the rooms have kitchens, so this is more of a bring food back and eat in your suite kind of hotel. And for this location, that works really well. If you're looking for restaurants in your Residence Inn London Downtown, one of my top suggestions is Covent Garden Market. You can grab food, coffee, baked goods, desserts, or something to bring back to your room. During this visit, my dad and I stopped by and picked up some treats from Colbert's Bakery. Nearby, you'll also find the Works Craft Burgers and Beer, Tilt Arcade Bar, and other downtown food options. For our actual dinner, we went to Krabby Joe's, because we were tired after walking around downtown and wanted something close. It was okay, but if I stayed here again, I'd probably try somewhere else first. Maybe the Morrissey House if I wanted something nearby with more of a local feel. Another major food and entertainment area is 100 Kellogg Lane, which is a short drive from the hotel. It has restaurants, bakery options, the clubhouse, powerhouse, the beer kitchen, and Shaw's ice cream. If you go to Shaw's, my flavor suggestion is Grammy's Cupboard. Now for breakfast. Since it's a Residence Inn, breakfast was included, and I actually thought the Residence Inn London Downtown breakfast was great. There was a strong selection for an included hotel breakfast. Eggs, meats, quiche, fruit, yogurt, breads, muffins, oatmeal, cereal, juices, milk, chocolate milk, and more. But the coolest part was the automated pancake maker. You press the button and it makes fresh pancakes in about a minute. I don't think I've seen one of those at any of my other hotel stays, so that made breakfast feel a little bit more fun. Overall, food is a strong part of staying here. Not because there's a restaurant, but because the breakfast is good, the rooms have kitchens, and you're close to downtown food spots. One of the biggest reasons my family has stayed here so many times is the location. The Residence Inn London Downtown works well as a home base, because you're close to downtown London, near major attractions, and it also works if you're doing an Ontario road trip, or heading toward Michigan. If you're looking for things to do in London, Ontario, there are a lot of options nearby. A simple one is Imagine Cinemas London inside City Plaza. My family has gone there several times, and it's an easy option if you want a chill movie night close to the hotel. One of my favorite discoveries from this trip was Tilt's Arcade Bar. Tilt is a retro arcade with unlimited play for $7. They have arcade machines, pinball, console booths, and more. This was definitely one of the most teen-friendly things we found downtown. Just know that minors are allowed until 8 p.m. with a parent or guardian, so for teens it's more of an earlier evening stop. Another major place nearby is Canada Life Place. If you're looking for hotels near Canada Life Place, this location is really convenient. You could be staying here for a London Knights game, concert, or another event. I've been there for monster trucks and Disney on Ice, so it's definitely a reason families might stay downtown. Victoria Park is another spot to know about, especially in the summer. One of my favorite events there is London Rib Fest, which has concerts, carnival rides, games, and tons of food. Then there's 100 Kellogg Lane, which is probably one of the biggest attractions in the city right now. The main attraction there is the Factory, which is Canada's biggest indoor family entertainment center. It has a huge indoor ropes course, zip lines, a trampoline park, arcade games, an indoor playground, and virtual reality. My dad and I checked it out during this trip, and it's a strong option for families, kids, and teens. Western University is also less than a 10-minute drive from the hotel. So this could work if you're visiting for a campus tour, student event, sports event, or anything connected to Western. And if you're using London as a base, my family has also done day trips from here to St. Thomas and Port Stanley. So overall, this hotel works if you want a downtown London, Ontario hotel close to food, events, family activities, 100 Kellogg Lane, Western University, and road trip stops around southwestern Ontario. I had to keep this section moving, but there are a lot more London, Ontario attractions, food spots, and family-friendly ideas that I couldn't fully cover here. So if you're planning a trip, check out my full blog review on ThisTeenTravelz.com for the expanded list, extra tips, and helpful links. So, final thoughts. Who is this hotel best for? I think the Residence Inn by Marriott London Downtown is best for families, road trippers, extended stay guests, Western University visitors, and anyone looking for a spacious downtown London, Ontario hotel with more room than a regular hotel room. The standout strength is definitely the suite setup. The room felt spacious, bright, practical, and apartment-like, with a separate bedroom, full kitchen, living room, and enough space to actually spread out. That makes a huge difference compared to a standard hotel room. The honest drawback is that there's no pool, so this isn't the hotel I'd pick if swimming is a must-have. But for this type of stay where the focus is space, location, breakfast, and convenience, I don't think that's a deal breaker. This hotel is more about space, location, free breakfast, kitchen setup, and convenience. And for me, this hotel is This Teen Travelz approved! It's the best Ontario Residence Inn I've stayed at so far. And honestly, one of the better Residence Inns I've stayed at overall. So if you're looking at the Residence Inn London, Ontario for a family trip, event weekend, longer stay, or road trip stop, I think this one is definitely worth considering. Before I wrap up, I want to give a quick staff shout out. A big thank you to Nadia and Brent for helping put this hosted stay together and giving me the opportunity to come back to a hotel that has been part of my family's London trips for years. I really appreciate the chance to show why the Residence Inn London Downtown can be such a great hotel for families, road trippers, and anyone looking for more space downtown. I also want to thank Jose Diaz for his hospitality during our stay. And last but not least, thank you to Suzal for showing my dad and I some of the different room types available throughout the hotel. That helped me get a better feel for the property beyond just the suite we stayed in. Thanks for watching. This was a hosted stay, meaning the hotel covered the cost of our overnight visit. But all opinions in this review are my own, and based on my honest teen perspective. If you enjoyed this review, like, comment, and subscribe for more hotel reviews from This Teen Travelz. See you in the next one. Bye!